Hi, everybody. We are back.
Hi everyone, welcome to Soapwire, brought to you by Jury Reviews Media and Disney Bulletin, where you get our thoughts on our stories. Hi everyone, I am Ashley Shaway. Some of you may know me as Lady Two Whites underscore ASA on the Bad Place, and then of course Lady Two Whites ASA no underscore on Instagram and Blue Sky.
And hey, everybody. I am Deneen. I am on Instagram under Neen underscore Amanda and Neen underscore the therapist. I am on Blue Sky under Neen Amanda, and I am on Twitter X the Bad Place under Kiss My Name.
Girl, okay, before we get into anything, let's just talk about General Hospital leaking Michael Quartermain Corinthos demise. I said this to my girl already. Literally, I kind of think that it was done on purpose, and
Yeah.
also this is how they treat one of their favorites. Those who are fan favorites, I'm just gonna keep it a buck. We don't got no hope, y'all.
I'm literally just like at this point because I wanted to know more. So I know we talked about last week, like why he was leaving the show, right? So I did end up watching the podcast with him, Bradford, and Steve, and then also he was on Maurice Bernard's State of Mind, and a lot of it was just like he lost his dad late last year. He's dealing with grieving with that. He's wanted to be at home more, and he's wanted to explore life and acting outside of Michael Corinthos. He said, when he thinks about Chad as a person, a lot of his identity is wrapped into that character. And
Wow.
he's like, that portrayal is like a serious character. And he's like, I'm funny, I'm lighthearted, I want to play my video games, I want to crack jokes. And I feel like I can't do that.
Wow. I could really see that. He's been playing the character of Michael for like 15 years or just shy
Yeah.
of his 15 years. So I can see it. Michael just isn't a funny type of character. It's not like he's Leo Stark from Days or anything like that, or even Martin on General Hospital. So like
Yeah.
it's very like heavy, but also I'm gonna keep it honest. If they would have given him some real material, maybe it would have been changed. They haven't really given him anything to really sink his teeth in the past, what, maybe like 6-7 years. Like it.
I agree. I think the last time that he really had his own storyline that hit and went crazy was the whole Wiley Nail like fiasco. Like, finding out that was his son, losing the baby. Um, I'm in my 2010 General Hospital era. So like, we have everything that happened with the rape and then him, being with Abby, and he's able to show more range. And I wonder if it's like the fluff of characters that General Hospital has. Like you got so many people, either reoccurring or on contract that you like are either failing to give everybody a storyline or you're continuing to give the same people a storyline, and it's unfair to the other actors that are also dedicating their lives to the show.
Exactly. And the crazy thing is too, like he actually has a storyline, but they're not giving him anything
No, he
meaty.
don't have the material for it. Like
And
this
that's so
is
weird.
all about Angry Michael.
It should be
Like
all the time.
if you don't have smoke coming out his ears, you got the smoke on his body, and it's just like I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
Yeah, it's so disappointing because I feel, we've talked about this numerous times that I just really feel like he really had a chance to, be that his grandfather's child, like to be Alan, and they just gave him nothing. It's just like woo woo, like that's how I feel, and I just want to be like, what, like what, like
Fight you like as soon, and I don't know if it's this week or not, but like Willow being with Drew, like
it's so.
I hate how it's going to look like they won
Yeah,
because
I hate that. And then it's gonna be like Carly versus them. And you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like, no, it should have been Michael versus them and Carly as backup. So now
yeah,
it's just gonna be like if I'm gonna be honest, I really don't think they're going to kill Michael. If anything, he's going to be recovering in the burn unit. He's a
yeah.
Queen, he's a Spencer, he's a Corinthos. Like if they actually did really kill him, I would be like really surprised. But I feel like he's just gonna be in another sleeping coma trying to get better and then come back a couple of years later. So
I agree. And to even touch on that, in the podcast with him and Bradford and Steve, Bradford was like, he played Spinelli for 7 years. And shout out to Spinelli, because in 2010, I love childhood Spinelli. When Bradford first came on the show, like, I love Spinelli. Like, you could tell he has a theater drama background. But he said that, when he decided to leave, everybody was like, hey, don't worry about it. The job will be here when you come back. Everything will be okay. And he was like, when he tried to come back, it was pushback. It was, things were different. So he was preparing Chad like, hey, I know they told you this.
Yep.
But I just want you to be prepared. And I'm glad he said it. And I'm glad he said it on the air too.
Yeah. Like, just be honest about it. And I just feel like that could be with any type of job. Just because they tell you doesn't necessarily mean that it's true. But also, I really do feel like that leak was on purpose. I really do.
I do too.
If they were on some real soap opera-ness, they would have their previews like that Friday, like Bold does, like Young and the Restless, like Days. People can talk about Days all they want to, but I also really look forward to Days' previews, because the previews be hitting. Now, some of the storylines may not be hitting, but you could always count on their Friday previews to hit. So, and they're the only ones who make you wait until 7 a.m. on Monday morning. We going to work. Ain't nobody thinking about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know. I just think it was done on purpose. I think it was to garner some excitement, some intrigue, not even excitement, some pushback. I do believe that they're like, any news is good news, whether it's bad, whether it's good. I do believe that they think that. Unfortunately, I do wish that the powers that be really understood that we want good stories, not just like surprising, because the stories just don't make sense. So
no, it's like everything is rushed. Everything, I feel like they're looking for like a wow factor. Just let it play. Just let it play out. But I've been seeing a lot of back and forth about that as well, on how Chad's exit is being portrayed. Nobody just leaves anymore and goes out of town. Everybody get killed off.
Yeah, especially on General Hospital. Everybody doesn't have to die. I promise. Or be in a coma or some type of something. It's okay to just have them leave. They do it all the time. People just go to another place and then come back later. It's fine. Oh my goodness. All right, girly. We talked about that little tidbit. Let's go into Bold. So there was a lot of things happening. So let's start with the Electra Will Remy ordeal.
Oh my God. So, like, shout out to Bo for giving us a whole like tour of their parking lot and their grounds and their stage and everything they got going on, because Electra was gone. I'm like, oh, look at that. I'm like, oh, y'all are literally outside the studio.
Literally.
Look at y'all using all y'all resources.
Okay. And like some people. They said we may not have the budget no more, but we're gonna give you a little something.
We're gonna get this wheel. I'm like, oh, is she just out there in the warehouse? Oh, okay, they're just running. I liked how that played out. I did. And it did give the fatal attraction. Yeah. I knew when he first came to town, I'm like, this is heavily going to give fatal attraction. Definitely. I love how Will was her hero.
Yes.
But I did notice when Will took Electra home to introduce her to Bill, creepy, crazy Luna had her ass upstairs like,
girl.
This bitch about to do something. She about to do something. She better not come after that girl.
I don't know what Luna is gonna do, but even like the little smirk that she
yes, I know it's your bruised ass face you did yourself, looking down at everybody. No.
I love it. I also think we said this too last week. I really would like it to be that she actually beat herself up. I think that would be cool. Like, we just need that crazy vixen. Like, just give it to us. There's a lot more to be discovered there. So I have read that her mother be like more in it, Poppy. Also her aunt Lee, who can't stand her. So I'm excited to see those women come back. Luna is crazy, and I just love to see crazy back on the screen. Gotta love it. Who else? So we had to talk. Okay, so of course then we have the never-ending saga of Ridge.
I knew you were gonna say it. Ridge and Taylor and Brooke. And Brooke told Taylor, shout out to being his second choice. And then okay, so like last week, I know we talked about how Steffi is like grown as hell and still want her parents together, but I witnessed it myself. She was like, you're going to be able to spend more time with dad now. Girl, why is it that she only gets to spend time with him when he's not?
That
It's,
is
it's
insane.
screaming pick me. So
Yeah.
I was like,
But real question, because some people who hate Brooke will be like, well, Brooke is actually his third choice because of Caroline, Taylor, and then her. So of course we might get some pushback with that. But also I just hate the way Steffi always has to put her parents together. She's damn near 40 with 2 kids and she's married. Like you said, it does scream pick me, but also me personally, I don't want my mother with my father after
yeah,
all
at
of
this
this,
point,
seeing what they've been through, the cheating, the back and forthness. Like it's not only Brooke.
yeah, for
And
sure.
it's also Rich too. And he does that. And he knows that he could do that between the both of them. So I also have to look at Brooke and Taylor like, yo, stand up. Like, what are y'all doing? Come on. I'm so tired of this triangle. They've been
I
in this triangle since I was born.
I think it's literally like Rich seeing Taylor as a safety net. Like you're always going to be there. It don't matter what I do, what I put you through, who I go to, you're going to be sitting there waiting in the wings. And that's not screaming feminist. Like that's not like the energy that you want to see portrayed from a woman and this her baby daddy. Like, no, and it's screaming, they always say your baby daddy gonna always have access to you.
Yeah. Until
There's
you
a
tell them
picture
no.
perfect model because she's not gonna say no. She's
And
not.
it,
She's
and
allowing
it
him access.
And it's so crazy because it just screams that like Taylor and Brooke have no self-respect. And that's like what I hate about it. It's just like you're in your 50s, probably, close to 60s, and y'all are still fighting over this man. Like, come on, give it a rest. Like, let's move on to bigger and better things. Like, I said this too a couple episodes ago too. I just really would have loved for Taylor to have turned him down, and I'm going home. This was cute, when I know that you are fully over Brooke and I see you truly make an effort, because why is it always Taylor going to him? No, have it be
Right.
Ray going to her. Let me ride you and dine you. Let me take you out. Let me do this. Let me do that. But also let me figure out why I keep going back and forth between the two of you, because this is not okay for like even my grown adult children, and like his and Brooks son RJ too. Like, come on now. I'll be like, yo, this is enough. I'm so tired of it. Oh, really, really quickly, going back to, because we know we just finished on the Electra part, but it was the Logan's old Electra an apology, and I
Yes.
was happy to see she got that, because it was the way that they treated Electra when they found out about that picture. I just thought it was unnecessary cruelty, especially for two women who've always talked about, these Stephanie Douglas Forrester calling them sluts from the valley, but then you go on Electra in its way, never even gave her an opportunity to explain, never told her what the real fact was. She was owed an apology, but I also was like, hey, shut up. Like, this is not now. No, oh my God, I didn't. No, I don't want to hear it. But I was happy she got an apology.
Me too. I feel like it was owed to her because of the character. Like
Exactly.
not necessarily like you had time to invest and learn her. So when you
Mm-hmm.
saw the picture, you just took off running with it and was like, oh, it's bad for Forrester Creations and it's not gonna make everything. No, you should have gave her the benefit of the doubt because you wanted somebody to give it to you.
Exactly. You're whining and crying about what Stephanie Douglas Forrester used to do. Now you doing the same thing. I don't want to hear it. Okay, so let's go on to days. Oh my goodness, can we just shout out Raven Bowens for an amazing performance as
Chanel
Chanel.
snapped. She snapped this week.
She did. She was not playing. Bloodshot eyes. One tear rolled down. And I also have to give it to Mr. Boatman too, who plays Johnny. I felt like he did really, really good as well. It's very rare that we kind of see him kind of having this type of material too. So kind of just seeing the way that they went about it, I did like it. But I did have to say, over a kiss, girl, bye. Like, it was just like a kiss. Come on now. She has a right to be upset, but it did feel a little bit over the top for that situation, being as though they didn't sleep together.
I wonder if the writers are going to go back and either add them sleeping with each other after the fact or some behind the scenes make it look like Johnny lied.
Yeah,
Like
I never put
I,
anything soap opera.
I'm wondering, and I hate it. I don't want to even put that out there, but I'm hoping that they didn't play like the angry black girl role and have her be more aggressive.
Mm.
because she was black, like
Yeah.
giving her a
Oh,
little spice.
well, I did find out that this little tidbit, which did excite me. Apparently, I think her name is maybe Simone Hawthorne or Sheila Hawthorne. I think it's Simone. She is a
Okay.
black writer who is
She
now
wrote that.
on Days of Our Lives, and she wrote that. So
Okay.
I'm gonna give
Okay.
it a
Okay.
leeway. I'm
Okay.
very excited to see a black woman writing for black.
For a black woman.
And
Yes.
apparently she has something coming up for Jada Hunter as well. So that makes me excited. And it was just like nice to know. So yeah, I know like Shannon P. She wrote for General Hospital, so that was another black woman writing for a black woman as well on General Hospital. So when I have and see those little things, like it does, kind of warm me up inside a little bit because sometimes it just feels better seeing someone who kind of we have a somewhat of a shared experience actually
Yeah.
writing for black women. I like it.
I agree.
And also on days, it was a lot of the New Year's Eve party at the Damaras, and a lot of people you wouldn't expect to be there were there. So it was more plot driven because come on, Rafe and Jada there after Jada just made sure that EJ was fired. So it was cute. Then you have Belle there as well, who has now the DA position that EJ had, and they have their own little sordid tidbit. And I don't know if you know the history of Belle and EJ?
I do not. Wait,
Okay.
wait, wait. Wait. She was pregnant. They thought they lost the baby. The baby got kidnapped. Is that her? Is that her?
No, that's not her.
Damn.
So basically, Belle is the sister of one of the legend vixens, Samantha Brady, who they call Sammy.
Okay.
Sammy was actually married to EJ, and
Who
I
who
believe
had the baby? Who
huh?
had the baby?
No, they didn't. So basically, Belle and EJ did sleep together.
Okay.
So yeah, that's like the little tidbit. And Sammy almost killed her, but Sammy also kidnaps her own sister Belle. So that I mean, it's a lot of history.
Just throw that part in there. Like just a second.
So it looks like they're gonna go the route of maybe like seeing Belle and EJ, seeing how that looks. The thing with the man who plays EJ's name is Dan in real life. I feel like they don't know what to do with him.
Mm,
And it's kind of sad because he is a good actor, but it also feels like they're struggling with who to put EJ with right now. That's what it's giving to me. Kind of like how they were with Rafe as well.
I can see that. I can see
So,
that.
but
So
I
who was
knew
EJ who had the baby? And then Greg Vaughn character had the baby. They took the baby and did the DNA test
that
and
was
they thought that was
Nicole.
the baby.
That was
Okay.
Nicole, and Nicole also had a very long Nicole's had a very long history with EJ as well. Her and EJ were married before this last go round. She got pregnant at least like 2 times by him. She lost both of the babies, and Nicole's always had issues getting pregnant. She actually stole the baby that he had with Sammy, Sydney, who is with Sammy right now. It's a tangle web that we weave on Days of Our Lives. So we'll talk more about that offhand because Sammy is coming back. And also, I don't know if you know this too, but Sammy was also SA'd by EJ, and Sammy got pregnant with the twins, which is Johnny and his sister Allie, and they have 2 different fathers. Kind of like it's very rare where you can have twins, but they have
Yeah, but different fathers. I mean, it's rare, but soap operas are gonna write it.
okay, but and that's how they did that. So Sammy is coming back. I think they're like 6 months ahead of time.
Yeah.
So who knows when she's coming back? But she is coming back. They already filmed it. We already seen her, and Johnny is actually going to find out about his mother being SA'd by EJ. It's going to be a lot. So low key, I am looking forward to that. Oh, also, your favorite couple from Days.
Who are you talking about? JJ and Gabby.
Yeah.
I just think they got some cute chemistry and they had a little sizzle this week, and I was like, oh, we might see more from them there. So I don't know, maybe it's the recast. Maybe it's the recast. I think that they have some nice chemistry.
I need to get over myself because the only
You
reason
know her
that
with Stefan.
I'm a Stabby fan. I just love Stabby, and I also just really didn't like how they wrote him off. But that's just me, and I think like I'm being stubborn. Like, no,
But you know they cute. You know they got a little sizzle. They got a little
they got a
something
little
going
something.
on song.
They got a little something. So. Oh my goodness! And now we gotta go into this mess that's coming up next. Oh, General Hospital.
She gonna say,
Um,
oh, let me just say, I'm gonna get pissed off when everything does happen with Michael because history shows that whenever Michael is having anything going on, Jason leans to Sam for support. Y'all missed the whole ass storyline because y'all didn't let Michael sit here and get barbecued in Sonny's apartment. And this would have been a prime fucking time for y'all to do some Jason action while Dante and Lulu ass over there in Prague. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
you know, they
It would
was
have been fucking perfect.
you know, hello, as quiet as even though she may have not been my fan favorite, she was a fan favorite. That wasn't going to happen. Look at how they are with Elizabeth right now. They keep sticking her with men who we don't want her with.
But this is the thing. I think a lot of JJ's return was heavily influenced on Liz and Lucky reunion. But I just don't see Liz and Lucky JJ. Like if it had been Greg Vaughn, I would have been okay. They might be do something, even though I kind of did not like Greg Vaughn as Lucky because I felt like he whined a lot.
He did.
Like he was sad. Like he was begging.
But
He
with
was
every single one of those pairings, even with him and Maxie, they had chemistry. Even with
him and Sam had good chemistry too. I ain't gonna lie, that ain't been that hot tub. I used to want to throw some shit at the TV, but
they had it. Like I think it's just because of Greg Vaughn's like his presence, his aura, how he looks. He's a sexy man. I mean, that's one thing. Queen Sugar, woo, child. So like that's one thing you cannot.
Yeah.
Okay, never forget. JJ doesn't give me that, and I'm sorry. Like Becky still looks flourishing. She still looks young, fresh, and vibrant. And I just like I need her with someone who's also just as vibrant. And I'm not getting that.
He cut his hair like 2010 Lucky when he came back. When his hair was he just looked so shaggy, you know, like dark colored clothing. Like you want him to be Luke Jr. so bad.
But he was never supposed for me. I never saw him as Luke Jr. Lulu is Luke Jr. and Lucky is his mother. He's another Laura.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like it's always been that way, and they're always trying to make it seem different. I really feel like General Hospital be gaslighting us a lot of the times. Like I really
do. They do, because I had got excited for this Alexa return. Like I had got really, really excited. I think this is gonna happen next week because I watched Days Today and Chanel gave Babe a shout out. And I was like,
you see that?
I just like Alexa be whining. Alexa be whining a lot. Like she's starting to get on my nerves with this whole Charlotte shit. I would have chose Valentine too. I don't want to go over there with her. Like we finna go explore the world. Come on, Papa. Let's go, Papa. Let's go, Papa. Like at this point. Like
I see that too, because I mean, like, let's really be honest. She grew up with Valentine. Like
she did. Valentine and Nina raised her.
Yeah. And even before that, it was just always them two. So I mean, like, and then she gets to it and she knows that now Lulu is her biological mother. She's building a relationship with her. She winds up loving her just for her to go in a coma for 4 years. Like, girl, did you really think she was gonna choose you? Like, let's be honest.
Like and then it's like Charlotte was not kidnapped. Why are you trying? Like Charlotte willingly went with her father. Like, why are we doing all of this to get Charlotte back? And it could be so much material with Fincar as Rocco. Like, because we already know that boy can act his ass off.
Nope.
He's proven that he can act his ass off. And it's like, give them scenes together.
He's a fan favorite.
Just leaving. He is. Rocco is a
fan. You already know what that means.
Yeah,
unfortunately, we already know.
Anytime they a fan favorite, they're not a powers that be favorite. And that sucks. That fucking sucks.
It really, really does. And also, like, just thinking about, oh my God, Hudson West too as well. Like,
Yeah.
even if Charlotte, played by Scarlett, if she did come back, like they don't even have Hudson there anymore. So like that could have been, I mean, come on. Like people talked about too, like, oh, the reprogramming that, Helena did messing with him. And Charlotte is Helena Jr. She just is. And then you could throw Rocco in there, with his sister trying to figure out, yo, why are you acting? It just could have been so good. Like they refuse to do teens and young adult storylines, which it just boggles my brain because it's just right there for you. It's
Yeah,
right there.
I agree.
I just
I
can't.
agree.
I don't know. I don't know what they're doing, what they want is because like I don't want to see, and this is from someone who's damn near 40. I don't always want to see people who are my age or close to my age or like my sister's age all the time. Like
You don't, aka Willow and Drew. That's some nasty shit. That's some nasty shit.
that is disgusting. They
That
are
is
so
disgusting.
creepy. It's so
Yeah.
creepy. And then it's trying to make it seem like, oh, Willow is, she's the Shiloh. No, she needs to take accountability because how long are we going to blame her in a Shiloh situation? So, like, get yourself some counseling, go to therapy, and learn how to rebuild yourself. And as quiet as it's kept, Drew didn't save you, sis. Liesel did.
Come
They were
on with
about
it.
that too.
Come on with it. And Jason saved both of them motherfuckers. So what's up? Like, but you know what? I just don't like how she's just like, oh my God, Michael did this. Oh my God, how could he? You slept with his uncle, took his son to Washington, and didn't let him know.
That's insane. Why would I even think that that was okay to, it was the tape was just displayed. Now he knows that I slept with him, like why would I would be like, you know what? I can't do that right now. And as much as I rock with Nina, I feel
Tell
like
her.
please tell her like, and this is just going to leave another thing where they blame Nina for something. But side note, I have to say, even though the character of Curtis is not my favorite, and I'll say that and I stand on that 10 toes down, I don't care, I do not like that character. But I have to admit, like seeing him and Nina be friends,
Yeah.
it was a nice little scene, and I will always give people their flowers when needs to be done.
Yeah. I really like the conversation that they ended up having.
Mm-hmm.
It needed to have been said because Nina, you're so butthurt that he chose Willow over you.
Yeah.
But Willow never knew that it was a competition.
Ever. She has
And I
like
giving her
no
that.
idea.
She
And why
needs to make an informed choice.
would you even want someone who has slept with your daughter? Girl, get it together. Ugh.
I'm telling you right now, when Willow found out about Nina and Drew, if she still choose Drew, that's some nasty shit.
It really,
That's
really
some
is.
nasty shit.
It really, really is.
Mm.
They just didn't play this, and of course, there have been other storylines where a mother and a daughter deal with the same man. Hello, Liza, Marion, and Liza, like Tad, in that whole situation, or even father and son with the same woman. Like it's done, but a lot of times, like I just feel like it's a very like thin rope to walk on, and you
Agreed.
have to go about it the right way, or it's just gonna leave people like, ooh, like this is nasty and this is ill.
Agreed.
Of course,
Agreed.
not going about it the right way. So there goes that. Oh God. But can I just say, going to Young and the Restless, shout out to Cameron Grimes. Okay. She is the youngest actress to win a daytime Emmy. She won it when she was 10 years old. And she said, put some respect on my name. Okay. Sis was doing it. She was like, this is what we're not gonna do. And it was just the way she did it. She kind of had like when she saw Ian and acting as Mariah, she had like this quiver in her voice, and then she stood up and she was just like, what are you doing? Like it was like a moment. I said, yes, girl, like, oh, like that's what I'm talking about. If you give Cameron a material, as we keep talking about,
They use it for real.
so great. So great. So of course, like Young and the Restless has a lot going on now with just like the Ian and Jordan situation. Sharon has been kidnapped. So it's just a lot happening within that. And I'm a Sharon fan. Sharon Case, you be doing your thing, sis.
Yes. I think that I'm growing to appreciate her acting. not necessarily the plot.
Yeah, not necessarily the pot.
But
I
I can see that, like she gives a, well, what do you mean? What's wrong? Like, I'm confused, but I'm still here type of persona. She does that very, very well.
yeah.
And then like we talked about in previous like recordings about Nick and Sharon reunion. Yeah, that's gonna happen real soon.
Yes. I don't understand. And I think it's because of Josh, which I'm just like, Josh, get over yourself. Because at the end of the day, Sharon and Nick to me are the next Nikki and Victor. They just are. They've been around since like
They
19.
don't even want them to be the next Nikki and Victor. Like they having conversations like, son, what the fuck you doing? Like, you back with her? Be smart. Like
Well, yeah, and then, but I mean, even with Nikki and Victor, they've always had a back and forth type thing. Always fall in love with different people and had great chemistry too with different people, but they always come back to each other. And I
yeah.
do feel like Sharon and Nick are another extension of that, and they really are like. I do feel like they are the next couple for Young and the Restless as the next couple of a staple. Like I just see that for them. I don't know. Maybe it's just because to be quiet as it's kept. These women actresses be flipping the men actors. I'ma just say it because Sharon, Sharon be acting, and it's Sharon Case be acting, and that's what I'm gonna say. That's what I'm gonna tell that.
That's the hill you gonna down. And you know what I noticed? When I was watching Luna earlier, I was like, Ashley just like the crazy bitches. Like she roots for the crazy ones. Like I literally said this to myself. Walked past my TV earlier and was like, yeah, she roots for the motherfuckers that's crazy. Like,
but no, if that was the case, I would be rooting.
One that's wrong.
I would be rooting for Phyllis. Like, so we can say that all the time.
Phyllis confused, and she just want to win, so she's gonna lie so that she wins.
That girl just want to win all the time. It's just with anything, even when you're looking at the Billy and the Sally situation or the Sharon and her situation, like it's just always like, even Christine and Danny. Like, sis, somebody mentioned Jack too. I did have to say I loved Phyllis with Jack. I did back in the day, and that was my couple. I know people love Diane and Jack, but like for me, it was Phyllis and Jack. Yeah. So I mean, it is what it is. So that's just how we're going right now. I feel like we talked about a lot. We're moving kind of fast today. But we do have to get into our performer, our breakout performer of the week.
I'm gonna give it to Chanel. Like she said on business. Some may say she was a little bit too theatrical, too dramatic. I mean, this my husband. I don't give a fuck if he open the door for a bitch. I might spaz. So like she did what needed to have been done.
And I know I talked about it being like, over dramatic because of the fact that they didn't sleep together. But also I have to say too, if you are continuously being lied to about it, that's another reason that I feel like she was definitely in the zone of what she was in. That Raven Bowens is also my breakout performer of the week as well. Usually we do that on Sunday. I was like, I'm doing this on Friday because my girl was on it. So she did what needed to be done. And I always and I kept saying too, mind you, Days is taped like 6 to 8 months ahead of the time. And like I know me myself, I was just like, I am so tired of her inviting this girl everywhere. I'm tired of it. And she named that too. She's like, you have me inviting this girl everywhere. And
y'all was friends with this bitch. Like, it was a lot that drove into that. Like, it was calculated. I think she realized how calculated they had been in their lives with her. So she spazzed.
Yep. And it was a well-needed spaz. That's probably how I could tell Black woman wrote that too, because that'd be something. You got me inviting this girl all the time.
I'm walking around with this bitch like she my friend. Like,
I mean, looking stupid. Like I do feel like that's something that we would really say. You got me looking
us shit. That was that was some us.
Because one thing a black woman hates to me is you look stupid or a
Not
fool.
gonna make me look
Okay.
stupid. I'm not gonna be out here looking like Boo Boo the Fool. I'm not.
Okay.
And if she had said Boo Boo the Fool, I would have threw my shoe
I
at the
would have died.
damn store.
I would have died. But yeah, like shout out to her. I just thought it was so great to see it. And you rarely get to see her acting like that. I think it was probably when she miscarried that we had something like that. But I just really appreciated seeing that again. The one tear, the bloodshot eyes, as I mentioned before, was great. Her saying, if you don't get out my way, that's also another black woman thing too. If you don't move,
Okay, I'm warning you. Don't touch. We gonna be. Don't touch me. Get out my way. Move. Move. I'm gonna say it about 2-3 times. After that, I'm swinging.
Oh my goodness, I like loved it. Oh, it's so great. It was so freaking great. Oh my goodness. I know we always talk about stories of worries and roads, guys. Y'all don't be putting it in, okay? I know
No, I think we be live chatting. Like as we watch, we be replying to people and doing it then. So it's like maybe okay. So I'm not going to chat during the week about what I see because I get engagement a lot. So I'm like, I'm gonna just wait.
Start putting the clips of us, and they'll be like, "Give us your stories, worries, and roads." I need to do that too. I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes I'll be forgetting, because it'd be so much stuff going on. But yeah, we would like really, love to hear from you. We see that the views, y'all do be viewing it, so thank you so much for viewing us. Yeah, we appreciate it. But the way y'all talk on Blue Sky and Twitter, y'all can talk to us too, because we see
because y'all be going up. Like this whole barbecue Michael is insane. And you can always tell the generational gaps, right? Because if you're on Blue Side Twitter, it's burn, baby, burn. If you're on Facebook, it's I can't believe they did Michael like this. My mama called me and was like, I don't know if you can watch it. I was like, what happened?
Because the boomers on Facebook.
you could tell like who's watching for what and who's watching for who, depending on what social media you're on.
Exactly. And it is funny, for me, I don't really get to see anything from Instagram, and I feel like millennials were more like Instagram people. Of course, we used to be on Twitter too. Those were like our two things until Twitter became X, unfortunately. But yeah, I feel like the Gen X, they're all on Facebook or whatever.
They're in the Facebook pages. Why isn't General Hospital on today? It's been 17,000 different posts how it's preempted because President Carter's funeral is going to show. It's all these things, and it's always that. Well, you didn't watch it, and I'm boomers.
Not just and for me to come to a point where I'm not. I used to be so upset when my soaps were preempted. I used to be mad. Oh my god! And I was like,
I'm pissed with the breaking news. What the fuck you mean breaking news? Why what?
Like,
break the news. This supposed to be on. Like
now I'm just like, okay. But what I do, and I used to love too when they used to put it on at like 3 a.m. and stuff. And they don't even do none of that no more. I mean, at least with Paramount Plus, I could always like turn it on and watch it that way. They don't do none of that.
Bring back SoapNet.
Bring it up. Bring it back.
Actually got you. So, I love trivia. I love random trivia. SoapNet got canceled to bring in Disney Junior.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
Boo, ew. And where is that?
Now they're both gone.
Yeah, like what? Please. And I am so missing like old soaps. I just want to watch them. I would love to see like Old Guiding Light. I would love to see like I hear people talk about Ryan's Hope. I remember a little bit of Loving, but not too much because I was like really like 4 or something like that. But for me, when I think about Loving, her name was Ava. And she had black hair and she was played by Lisa. Her name was Lisa in real life. I just thought she was gorgeous. So I would just love to see, oh my goodness, I would love to see Dallas. Falcon, I think Falcon Crest and Knots Landing are now on Prime. So that's a good thing. But
I always do YouTube. I be YouTube crazy. I got the mic that the remote. All you gotta do is push the button and talk. Auntie love it. I be play General Hospital 1998.
Oh, that was a time I could tell you some storylines in 1998.
I
Oh,
love it. I
that was
love
true,
it.
like Brenda, Jackson, and Sonny. That
Yep. When he had first came back, Lily had that. He had his bipolar episode, and then he slept with Carly. That was a
get me started
time.
on 1999. I still get upset about that because I remember watching that and like knowing that Jason was shot, seeing him walk in, and then her coming down and hitting Sunny's shirt, prancing down the stairs. I was hot, okay, and I was like freaking what 12. I was upset because I was just like, that is your best friend. How could you do? And Sonny looked like he didn't care. That was what was crazy to me. That was your best friend. You look like you don't even care. And then, Carly and her dramatics. Nah, you did it too. Go out. No, you did it too.
Right into the arms of Elizabeth.
So I guess, low key, I do need to thank Sonny and Carly.
And then he left for 6 months. So I guess that was something, huh?
Elizabeth
did something.
Like, that was insane. Oh my God, just for him to come right on back. That's what Steve loves to do. On that note, yeah.
No, we're not gonna end right here. You got me fucked up. We're not gonna end right there because my girl is gone. And we know my girl was on the show today. When Michael went in that fire, he would have been calling Sam, not Elizabeth.
He may have been calling Sam, but he just would have been left. He just would have left again too, because that's what Jason loves to do. Okay, he wasn't gonna stay for long. He can't even raise his kids. Only people, but
he's so funny. I can't run the organization. I can't run the organization because of Danny. But you could still be number 2. I mean, it's still the same thing. Like,
still the same thing. Oh my goodness. And also really quickly too, just knowing, I hope Leslie Charleston is doing well, but can you imagine how she would have been acting her little tail off situation?
I've been post about recasting her. Like, this is if I see anything from Daily Drama, which is like Steve and Bradford, I be feeling like either it's leaked or it's like a special behind the scenes, because they did a poll about recasting like Leslie Charleston, like having somebody else be Monica, because it's a lot of storylines that she should be included in right now versus y'all just randomly throwing out her name.
She should be. And I think his name was Jed Allen. May he rest in peace, but he should not have been Edward Quartermaine at that point in time. He was entirely too young. But like, I just need them to figure out, what powerhouse past soap opera actress could you get to even play Monica Quartermaine, because the legend of Monica Quartermaine as a character, also the legend of Leslie playing her, is top tier. Like, you need to make sure that whoever you choose is up to the job. And does it right. Yes, so like that's like the only thing, but I do believe she does need to be recast. Like, there's a lot going on that she's not there for. The whole Drew Scout situation, Drew and Jason fighting. Like, this is all of the things that she needs to be in and have her hand in. And now the whole Michael thing, for Monica not to be there is absolutely insane to me.
Agreed.
Insane. Can you just like her and Tracy again, like coming together because of the Michael whole thing? Because Tracy can talk about who she wants and go in on who she wants, but we all know Tracy does not play about her family. So it doesn't even matter if she does not like you. At the end of the day, that's Alan's grandson, her brother's grandson. She would be all in, like going like. So I don't know. That's just what I wish. Once again, yeah, stories, worries, and roles. We will be back, of course, next week. So we got, of course, this is when everything when Michael is gonna like blow.
And then also in the next couple of weeks, I know we talked about it last week, but we are going to do like a random episode of just like stories. We're going to pick a day, we're going to get it together, and we're going to surprise you all with it, because we'll probably surprise ourselves with it, like a random free. Let's do it.
Yes, I'm excited about that. So we'll definitely link up to talk about that. Once again, please follow us on @SoapWire on Blue Sky. If you have any questions, like please, send them our way. Any thoughts, send them our way. And of course, we will see you next week.
Bye,
Bye.
everyone.